Hello students, welcome again in our today's video lesson. In the last video lesson we have completed chapter number 6 and we have already started chapter number 7 in our online classes. Okay, so this is the first video lesson for your chapter number 7, that is hydrogen. All of you know hydrogen about it. So hydrogen is, symbol of hydrogen is H. Its atomic number is 1 and its mass number is also 1. Okay. Hydrogen exists in 3 isotopes. So isotopes of hydrogen are: number 1, that is protium, then next one is deuterium, and number 3 is tritium. Okay, so here hydrogen is 1, its mass number is 0. Here hydrogen is 1, mass number is 2, and here hydrogen is 1 and mass number is 3. So here proton is 1, neutron is 0. Okay, then here proton is 1, neutron is also 1. So here proton is 1 but neutron is 2. So what we see here, they have same atomic number. Number of proton means same atomic number, but they have different number of neutrons. So they are called as, here is 1, should be written by, must write 1. So here what we see here, these are the 3 isotopes of hydrogen. Isotope means same atomic number but different atomic mass or mass number. Hydrogen is very highly reactive non-metal in nature, but it still exists in gaseous state, and it is also placed in our metal activity series because it is highly reactive with oxygen. Molecular formula of hydrogen is H2, means 2 atoms of hydrogen exist always together. Now about some history of hydrogen. In this hydrogen has encountered gas during the course of their research, but in 1671 Robert Boyle came across gas, and between the iron filling and dilute acid he found this gas. In 1766 Henry Cavendish identified the hydrogen gas as an element. He performed an experiment with iron, zinc and tin, which made with HCl and H2SO4, means hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. This reaction produces a gas. He named this gas as inflammable gas because this gas catches fire very quickly. But after that, in 1783, Anthony Liouville named this gas as a hydrogen. In hydrogen, hydro and gen. Hydro means water and gen means producer. So water producing gas is called hydrogen. Occurrence of hydrogen. Hydrogen is most abundant element in this universe. In free state, it is largely found in the outer surface of the sun. It is extremely small percentage, 0.0005% in hydrogen found in free state in gases in the outermost layer of the Earth's atmosphere. Outermost layer of the atmosphere, not in the Earth atmosphere, outer layer. However, hydrogen being highly reactive, it is mostly found in combined state with elements in many products. All hydrocarbons or organic compounds, acids, alkalis, petroleum, natural gas contain hydrogen in them. Other in our organic compound like carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, hormones, chlorophyll and hemoglobin, it is present. Now the very important topic of this chapter, that is preparation of hydrogen. Preparation of hydrogen. So hydrogen can be prepared by three methods. First is the electrolysis of water. Okay, and second in industrial, that is called after that we can write laboratory preparation. Laboratory preparation, and third one is the Bosch process. Okay, so first is electrolysis of water, then laboratory preparation, and then Bosch process. So in this video lesson we will see the first topic, that is electrolysis. In this electrolysis, what we do? For this we have to know some few points in this before doing this electrolysis of water. What is electrolysis? Electrolysis is a process or the chemical reaction in a substance dissolved in a molten or under state influence of electric current. So chemical reaction is a substance in its dissolved and molten state under influence of electric current. So when any substance is in molten or liquid state or aqueous state, electricity is passed, a reaction is formed, that is decomposition happens, and this is called electrolysis process. So for what we need for this electrolysis process, we need an electrolytic cell in which we have to perform the electrolysis process. Then electrolyte means through which electricity is passed, two electrodes through which electricity is conducted through the electrolyte, and the power supply. So through some one diagram I will show you this the process of electrolysis. So first of all, what we have to take? We have to take a container. Basically it is called electrolytic cell. It is called, this container is called electrolytic cell. Okay, so this electrolytic cell has two electrodes. Electrode means which conducts electricity. Okay, in this we have to supply electric current through some source of current that we call it as battery or cell. Okay, now if it is positive, negative, we have to see whether it is positive or negative. On that basis we have to singles means a cell, but when you join the two cells it is called battery. All of you know, you have read in physics. So once we have to pass positive current, positive terminal is connected, one positive, and then is the negative electrode. It is called negative electrodes. Okay, so when electricity is passed through connected in the positive terminal, this is called anode. This is called anode. Okay, and negative terminal is connected, it is called cathode. Okay, so here we have to use water. Obviously we have to decompose water to form hydrogen and oxygen, so we need water. Here also this water will act as an electrolyte, but pure water, you know, all of you, through pure water electricity does not passes, or pure water does not conduct electricity. For that we have to use water with some acid. So it is here we are using water plus acid, and this is called acidified water or acidulated water, because all of you know acid is a very good conductor of electricity. It will help water to decompose into hydrogen and oxygen. So we have to use here acidified water or acidulated water. So this is act as a electrolyte. This is electrolyte. Okay, this is called electrolytes, and these two are electrodes, that is anode and cathode. So what happens when you pass electricity through this? So all of you know acidified, on passing electric current through this acidified water, water dissociate into hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions. So hydrogen will water will dissociate into what that is called, we call it as, from H2O. When electricity is passed, it decomposes into hydrogen H plus and with hydroxyl ion, that is OH minus. Okay, so the very important point here it is. So okay, so when hydrogen ion being cation moves into the cathode, where the exempting electrodes is in the hydrogen gas. So when hydrogen is this plus, so when you keep a 2 gas jar here over this cathode, so hydrogen gas will collected here. Hydrogen ions get deposited because cathode is negative, hydrogen is positive here. So it will attracted at the cathode, and hydrogen gas is collected over cathode. The gas jar which is over the cathode, it is collected. Now once this hydroxyl ion being anion and moves to the positively charged anode, what happens? At this anode, the hydroxyl ion again released electron. Hydroxyl again it will release electron and changes into oxygen gas. So it will again release in when this hydroxyl ion move to anode. What will happen? Here it will again dissociate. Again it will dissociate, and hydrogen is released and oxygen left over here. Here you will get the oxygen. So here hydrogen is collected here. Whereas here oxygen is collected. Okay. So in this way what we see anodes and cathodes, where hydrogen and oxygen collected. So another point here we have to remember here, that is what are anodes and cathodes. Means anode means it is a electrode where in which positive terminal of the battery is connected, where cathode is an electrode in which negative terminal of the battery is connected. Anode always attract the negative ions since it is positively charged, whereas cathode will attract positive ions since it is negatively charged, opposite charges. So anions such as chlorine example are given here also. Anions are Cl minus, CO3, 2 minus, OH minus, which get attracted at the discharge at the anodes, whereas cations such as sodium Na plus, calcium Ca2 plus, aluminium Al3 plus, ammonia NH4 plus get attracted to the discharge at the cathode because they are all positively charged ions. Means okay, so anions attracted at the anode, where cations attracted at the cathode. So you have to be, so in this way, by electrolysis of water we can easily prepare hydrogen gas. So this is also we can do it in a laboratory. if we have all the instruments, we can perform this experiment. It is not so. And always we have to remember here the electricity that we are passing we have to be low current supply, because if you it's a very slow process, so we have to follow also give only low power of supply. We cannot use much electricity that we are using at our home. We cannot use that. You have to low electricity. So hydrogen gas is released at the cathode, and while oxygen gas is released at the anode. And also when you take the volume, you will see that 2:1 volume it is released. So it also proves that in a 1 molecule of water there are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So in this way we can do the preparation of hydrogen by the process called electrolysis. Okay, so in the next video lesson we will see the laboratory preparation of hydrogen. So please all of you go through the chapter, read it. I have also given homework from this portion. All of you do that. Those who have not completed yet, you can complete it. Okay students, I hope all of you have understood. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you again in the next video lesson and online class. Thank you very much.